The vast emptiness of space stretched before the human colony, a tiny blue-green world nestled in the distant reaches of explored space. Commander J. Park stood motionless, his reflection ghosting against the thick observation window. Outside, something was changing. A massive shadow began to eclipse the nearby star. Massive wasn't even the right word. Enormous didn't capture the sheer scale of the alien vessel that slowly emerged from the cosmic darkness. Its metallic surface gleamed with an otherworldly iridescence, bristling with weapon ports and strange geometric configurations that defied human understanding. Lieutenant Hai Kim's fingers moved across the holographic interface, her breath catching slightly as the first long-range scans returned. "Commander?" she called, her voice steady but tinged with an edge of tension. "We've got an incoming transmission." Park said nothing. He watched. The communication system crackled to life. A deep, resonant voice, clearly not human, filled the command center. "Designated Human Settlement Alpha 9. This is Commander Roke of the Galactic Alignment. Your colony has been selected for immediate integration. Resistance is mathematically futile." Hai looked up, waiting for Park's response. But the commander remained silent, his eyes never leaving the massive ship now fully visible through the window. The alien vessel was easily 5 times the size of the entire human settlement. Its weapon systems looked like they could obliterate the colony with a single pulse. Most human commanders would have already begun evacuation protocols. Most would be preparing surrender documents, but J. Park was not most commanders. "Lieutenant," he finally spoke, his voice calm and almost conversational. "Run a full diagnostic on our planetary defense systems, and contact Wuhan in engineering. Tell him to begin preparation protocols." Hai knew exactly what that meant. Her lips curved into a slight smile. "Understood, Commander." The alien transmission repeated its message. Surrender, integration, submission. On the surface below, something was already beginning to move. Mining lasers realigned, agricultural drones recalibrated. What looked like simple industrial equipment to an untrained eye was slowly, methodically transforming. Commander Rolk, light years away in his command ship, had no idea what was coming. The colony looked peaceful, almost ordinary. A small human settlement on the edge of explored space. Nothing special, nothing remarkable, just another potential conquest. But appearances, as the aliens were about to learn, could be devastatingly deceiving. J. Park watched the alien ship. He didn't move. He didn't speak. He simply observed, like a predator calculating its next move. The first wave of alien dropships began to detach from the massive mothership, sleek, deadly, designed for quick planetary subjugation. Hundreds of them moving with mathematical precision. "Weapon systems?" Park asked quietly. "Nominal," Hai responded. "But not activated, just as you specified." The commander nodded. "Let them come closer." And so they did. Closer and closer. The dropships moving with cold mechanical efficiency. No hesitation, no fear. Just pure technological calculation. They had no concept of what awaited them. In the engineering section, Wuhan watched multiple screens, his hands moving with surgical precision. What looked like standard mining equipment was becoming something else entirely. Agricultural systems were transforming. Every piece of technology was being reimagined, not as a tool, but as a weapon. The first dropships entered the planet's atmosphere. Commander Rolk would be watching, expecting surrender, expecting submission. What he was about to receive was something else entirely. J. Park's hand slowly moved to a single red button on his command console. His fingers hovered, not touching, but close. So very close. "Incoming," Hai said softly. "I know," Park replied. And then everything changed. The engineering bay looked like controlled chaos. Wuhan moved between workstations, his hands never stopping, eyes constantly scanning multiple holographic displays. What appeared to be standard mining equipment was slowly transforming into something far more dangerous. Agricultural drones sat in neat rows. But these were no longer simple machines designed to plant seeds or monitor crop health. Each drone now carried modifications that turned them into potential weapons platforms. Optical sensors had been recalibrated, power systems redesigned. Propulsion units enhanced. We're not just defending, Wu muttered to himself. We're preparing to bite back. Outside the engineering bay, the colony looked normal. Farmers worked their fields. Maintenance crews moved about their daily tasks. Nothing suggested the intricate preparation happening beneath the surface. Lieutenant Hai Kim entered the bay, a data pad clutched in her hand. "Status report," she said, more a statement than a question. Wu pointed to a series of modified mining lasers. These were originally designed to cut through rock formations. Now they can slice through spacecraft hull plating like paper. His fingers danced across a control panel, demonstrating the modified equipment's capabilities. The colony's communication network was being transformed too. What was once a simple system for maintaining contact between different settlement sections was now becoming a potential weapon. Signal amplification, frequency manipulation, electronic warfare capabilities that would make traditional military systems look primitive. J. Park watched from a distant monitoring station. He wasn't just preparing a defense. He was designing a complete strategy of technological adaptation. Every piece of equipment told a story. Agricultural irrigation systems could now redirect massive water volumes with precision that could flood or drain entire landing zones. Mining transport vehicles had been retrofitted with makeshift armor and improvised weapon mounts. Even the colony's waste management systems were being reimagined as potential defensive mechanisms. "They think we're just another colony," Wu explained to Hai. "They see technology, we see potential." Intelligence reports continued streaming in. The alien fleets expected invasion routes, their typical battle tactics, standard deployment strategies. Each piece of information was another opportunity to prepare. A young engineer approached Wu, holding a modified drone. "Sir, we've integrated the new targeting systems into the agricultural monitoring units." The drone looked innocent. Simple. Nothing suggested its true potential. Wu nodded. "Perfect. Camouflage is our first line of defense." The colony's entire infrastructure was becoming a weapon, not through traditional military design, but through pure human creativity. Adaptive, flexible, unpredictable. Shui reviewed the latest modifications. "Commander Park wants complete systems integration by tomorrow," she said. Wu smiled, a dangerous, calculating smile. "We'll be ready well before then." In another section of the engineering bay, complex holographic simulations ran continuously. Invasion scenarios, potential attack vectors. Each simulation ended the same way, with the alien fleet experiencing total destruction. But these weren't just military simulations. They were demonstrations of human ingenuity. "They're coming with technology," Wu told a group of engineers. "We're responding with imagination." The colony continued its normal operations. To an outside observer, nothing seemed different. Crops grew, equipment moved, people worked. But beneath that calm surface, a storm was brewing. A storm designed by humans who refused to be victims. A storm that would redefine the meaning of planetary defense. Wuhan looked out over the engineering bay. Every machine, every system, every single piece of technology was being transformed, not just into a weapon, but into a statement. Humanity would not surrender. Humanity would fight, and humanity would win. The first alien dropships entered the atmosphere, like silent daggers, sleek, deadly, precise. Commander Rolk watched from his command ship, expecting a quick and effortless conquest. On the ground, nothing moved. The colony looked peaceful, almost vulnerable. Farming fields stretched out. Industrial structures stood quietly. No defensive positions, no visible weapons. Just ordinary human infrastructure. Rolk's tactical display showed multiple landing zones. Calculated, methodical, each dropship positioned for maximum coverage. They would land. They would take control. Simple. But nothing about this colony was simple. The first dropship touched down in a wheat field. Hydraulic legs extended. Armored hatches began to open. Alien soldiers prepared to deploy, their advanced combat suits gleaming in the morning sunlight. Something was wrong. The wheat moved. Not from wind. From something else. Suddenly, the entire field transformed. Agricultural drones burst from hidden positions. Mining lasers emerged from concealed underground tunnels. What looked like irrigation systems became high-pressure water cannons. The first dropship never completed its landing sequence. Lieutenant Hai Kim watched the monitors. Her fingers moved quickly, coordinating multiple systems, each movement precise. Calculated. Target acquired, she whispered. The agricultural drones weren't just flying. They were attacking, precision-guided, weaponized, cutting through alien armor with technology never designed for combat. Commander Rolk's communication systems erupted with panicked alien transmissions, confusion, disbelief. Their perfect invasion plan was falling apart. More dropships descended. More wheat fields came alive. Mining equipment that once cut through solid rock now sliced through alien technological defenses. Communication networks became jamming systems. Waste management pipes transformed into high-pressure weapon platforms. Wu Han's voice crackled over the command channel, initiating secondary defense protocols. The colony wasn't just defending, it was fighting back. Entire sections of landscape shifted. Terrain itself became a weapon. Rocky outcrops revealed hidden, defensive positions. Seemingly ordinary irrigation channels redirected, creating impassable water barriers. One alien commander screamed into his communication system, "This is impossible!" But for humans, impossible was just a challenge. The alien troops found themselves fighting an environment that was alive, intelligent, adaptive. Every system worked together. Farming drones attacked. Communication networks disrupted enemy signals. Mining lasers cut through advanced technological defenses. J. Park watched from the command center. No panic, no fear, just cold, calculated observation. They thought we were weak, he said quietly to Hai. They were wrong. Another dropship exploded, then another. The wheat fields burned, but not from traditional weapons, from the precise coordinated attack of weaponized agricultural technology. Rolk's tactical displays showed complete system failure. Red warning indicators everywhere. Dropships falling, communication networks collapsing, an entire invasion force being systematically dismantled by farmers, by miners, by ordinary human colonists. The first wave of invasion lasted less than 30 minutes. When the smoke cleared, nothing remained of the alien landing force except scattered debris and burning wheat fields. Hai looked at Park. A slight smile crossed her face. "First wave contained," she reported. Park nodded. "Prepare for their response, because this was just the beginning." The aliens had made a critical mistake. They believed technology was about hardware, weapons, advanced systems. Humans knew better. Technology was about creativity, adaptation, turning the ordinary into the extraordinary, and they were just getting started. Commander Rolk stared in disbelief. His tactical screens showed complete devastation, an entire invasion force, destroyed by a human colony that shouldn't have been able to resist. "Prepare secondary assault," he commanded. But his voice wavered. In the human colony, Wuhan was already one step ahead. The first invasion attempt had been a test. Now they would show the aliens what human innovation really meant. Asteroid redirection systems came online. What were once simple mining tracking computers now became precise planetary defense mechanisms. Massive space rocks began to move. Slowly, deliberately, Lieutenant Hai Kim's fingers danced across communication interfaces. Every signal became a potential weapon. Not just communication, disruption. The alien fleet's navigation systems started to malfunction. Communication channels collapsed. What seemed like simple signal interference was a complete technological assault. One alien communication officer screamed, "Our systems are compromising." But humans were just warming up. The colony's waste management systems, previously considered basic infrastructure, transformed into high-pressure water cannons. Agricultural cooling systems became electromagnetic pulse generators. Mining cooling. Equipment turned into advanced thermal weapons. Nothing was what it seemed. Rolk watched in horror as his perfectly calculated invasion plan dissolved. Entire squadrons of alien ships found themselves redirected, not by weapon systems, but by hijacked communication networks. J. Park stood calm, cold, calculating. "They thought we were primitive," he said quietly. "They were wrong." Massive asteroids began moving, not randomly, with surgical precision, each rock targeted like a missile, each trajectory calculated to maximum destructive potential. The first asteroid struck an alien support vessel, then another, no traditional weapons, just redirected space rocks. Alien commanders screamed conflicting orders. Their advanced technology, suddenly looking primitive, couldn't respond fast enough. Wuhan watched multiple screens, each system integrated, each technology transformed. "We're not just defending," he muttered. "We're teaching them a lesson." Communication networks became weapons. Mining lasers became precision-cutting tools. Agricultural drones became attack platforms. The aliens had technology. Humans had creativity, and creativity was always more dangerous. An entire alien battle group found themselves trapped, redirected, destroyed, not by traditional military might, but by reimagined colonial infrastructure. Rolk's command ship watched, in total disbelief. "How?" he whispered. The answer was simple. Humans didn't see technology as fixed. They saw it as fluid, adaptable, transformative. Every system could become something else, something unexpected. The colony wasn't just fighting. It was demonstrating a fundamental truth about human innovation. Limitations were just challenges waiting to be overcome. More asteroids moved, more alien ships disappeared. Communication networks continued to collapse. Chai looked at Park. A slight smile crossed her face. "They're running," she reported. Park nodded. "Good, but we're not done." Because humans never stopped at good enough. They always pushed further, always innovated, always transformed. The tide wasn't just turning, it was being completely redesigned by a small human colony. On the edge of explored space, the remaining alien fleet looked like scattered debris against the dark canvas of space. Commander Rolk's command ship drifted, systems failing, hope crushed. J. Park wasn't satisfied with defense anymore. Now he wanted a message. "Activate final protocol," he told. "Hi, Kim." The colony wasn't just a settlement anymore. It was a weapon, a living, breathing system designed to do more than survive, to demonstrate. Wuhan had been preparing this moment. Every system, every piece of technology, everything was connected. The first wave began with communication network collapse, not just for the alien fleet, for entire star systems around them. Asteroid tracking systems became massive electromagnetic pulse generators. Mining lasers transformed into precision-cutting tools that could slice through entire spacecraft formations. Agricultural cooling systems generated temperature disruptions that froze alien technological systems. One by one, alien ships started dying, not from traditional weapons, from complete technological dissolution. Rolk watched in horror. The human colony wasn't just fighting, it was rewriting the rules of warfare. Entire sections of space became a graveyard of alien technology. No explosions, no dramatic battles, just systematic, calculated destruction. Hai's fingers moved across complex holographic interfaces, each movement precise, calculated. "Planetary defense systems at maximum," she reported. Park said nothing, just watched. The colony's infrastructure became a weapon more terrifying than any traditional military system. Waste management pipes redirected energy. Communication networks became jamming platforms. Mining equipment sliced through advanced alien technologies. Rolk's final transmission was a whisper of defeat. "How?" he asked. "How is this possible?" The answer was simple. Humans didn't see technology as fixed. They saw it as fluid, adaptive, transformative. More asteroid redirections, more technological collapses. The alien fleet, once considered invincible, became nothing more than floating debris. Wuhan allowed himself a small smile. "They thought we were weak," he told a nearby engineer. They were wrong. The final assault wasn't about destruction. It was about demonstration. Humans could take ordinary things and make them extraordinary. A farming drone could become a weapon. A communication network could become a defense system. A mining laser could become a surgical cutting tool. Park's final message was simple and chilling. "Next time," the transmission read, "think twice before challenging humanity." The galaxy would remember this moment. The day a small human colony turned the entire concept of warfare upside down, not through traditional military might, but through pure human creativity, adaptation, innovation, transformation. The tide wasn't just turning, it had been completely redesigned by humans on the edge of explored space, showing the universe one fundamental truth: humanity's potential was limited only by imagination. And imagination, they just proved, was the most powerful weapon of all. The silence of space was broken only by scattered alien debris, floating, silent, defeated, a testament to human ingenuity.